Yo guys, it's Q here. Just chowed a meal, an egg sandwich with cheese. Spectacular. And now I am filming a YouTube video approximately half an hour before my second lesson of the day. I'm going to teach some English. Just let me know in the comments, guys, if you think these raw unedited videos are cool, or if I should edit them at all. Anyway, today I want to speak about food, and maybe we'll branch off into a different topic after that. So, I've realized, after these last few days that I feel a lot better if I regulate my eating habits and if I leave more hours between meals. I've been noticing that the nervous system is so important when it comes to well-being, and how what we consume dictates our well-being, and our well-being dictates our health. Because ultimately, if the nervous system is what allows the body to feel pleasant and unpleasant. Essentially, the nervous system is our apparatus for sensory experience. It is what sends the signals to your brain that allows you to experience everything that you do experience. We have the parasympathetic nervous system, which I believe is the nervous system associated with inertia, the feeling of being tired, the nervous system which slows down your heart rate and makes you feel more relaxed. And then we have the sympathetic nervous system, which is like the part of your nervous system which raises your heart rate, which is associated with energy, like fight or flight, just being rapid. So we have parasympathetic nervous system, tamas, sympathetic nervous system, rajas. Balancing these two, sattva, sushumna. And so it's very important to balance tamas, which is inertia, and rajas, which is energy, ucha, movement. So we balance our stillness and our movement. And then we find sattva, which is balance. This is all in the Zenith scroll, top link in the description. An ebook which I've created, which explains the body, the mind, and the spirit, and how to master them for your benefit. It's pretty cheap, and I've made it cheap so that everyone or most people can afford it, because it's very, very good, and I will only be making improvements on it and making more projects like that. And so yeah, I found that eating, damn, sorry if you can hear my throat making these weird noises, but I found that eating less puts a lot less strain on my nervous system and on my body as a whole. When I eat some eggs and some butter in the morning, sometimes bread as well, it gives me enough energy and protein for the first part of the day. But then I like to leave a gap of like 4 hours between the next meal, because that allows you to not go too deep into inertia. When you have a meal and you're satiated, and now you go and have a snack and another snack and another snack, you're going deeper and deeper into inertia to the point where the part of your day where you're supposed to be active, that productivity level has dropped to like 40% of what it could be. Okay. And so, yeah, 4 hours between meals is good. Making sure that the meals are not too big is also good. And limiting yourself to 2 meals, even, can be quite interesting. Um, when looking at your habits meaning the things that you do during the day, if they are, we need to be conscious as well. We can't just do things based on a routine that we write down, because depending on the day, it might not be the correct thing to do, or depending on how you feel, it might not be the correct thing to do. But generally speaking, we should be eating at similar times of the day, and we shouldn't be eating, you know, too differently every day. Now, it's not to say that you shouldn't introduce new things into your diet. That's not true. You can have many sources of good bacteria, and, having enough fat, protein, and carbohydrates. But you should be conscious in everything that you do and making adjustments to your diet based on that as quick as possible. And based on anything that you do, you should make conscious adjustments quite quickly so that you can improve. You should have a goal. Well, you don't have to have a goal, but it is like a conscious marking, or just based on your activity. You should be relatively active for um, just well-being in general. Okay, you should have some kind of active hobby if you can, if you have arms and legs and you're able to do this kind of thing. If you're a regular healthy individual, you should have some kind of physical hobby, and whatever that demands of you and whatever feeds your body in the best way, you should become conscious of that and test new things until you find what works for your body. Mm. And that is imperative, because we suffer longer than we need to a lot of the time. If you have a certain level of activity, test which meal you should start the day with, and which one you should end the day with. Okay, you need not be a professional athlete to make conscious decisions about what you're doing, or whoever. And so it is very important that you just observe yourself, observe how your body feels, and make the necessary action. If you feel unrested, like you're not waking up in a good state, like you don't feel well rested when you've woken up, then there's something wrong. There is something wrong fundamentally. Maybe you're eating before bed. Maybe your hormones are being messed up by the cologne that you wear, or by the soap that you use, or by the food that you eat. Who knows? It could be anything. If your hair is falling out, like I've lost a bit of my hair, maybe it's because you're showering too hot. Maybe you're iron deficient. Maybe you have a fungal infection on your head. And or just maybe you're not eating enough in general for the level of activity which you are conducting. That was the case for me. I was simply not eating enough and not taking care of my hair when I was younger. Now I take very good care of my hair. It doesn't shed anymore. It stays the same. And if you look at my previous videos, my hair is not so bad. But I was not conscious of it at that time, and I didn't give it the necessary maintenance, and now my hair is okay, but it's not as good as what it could have been. I have some slight gynecomastia because growing up, I wasn't conscious of the fact that a lot of the food I was eating was in some way processed, and my hormones, and just as all these kids who eat like chicken nuggets and stupid stuff like that, there's bad stuff in that food. Okay, I'm not a disclaimer, I'm not an expert, but that food is not good for you. You should be eating whole foods. You should be eating, um, you know, I know not everyone can afford these things, but do what you can, okay? Because processed food is killing you slowly, very slowly. And simply changing the oil that you use to eat, that you use to cook, like cutting out seed oils, cutting out chemical sun protection, cutting out um, certain meats that don't react well with your body, cutting out polyester clothing or any clothing that isn't cotton or natural fibers, cutting out any cleanser or face cream or body lotion that has a lot of perfume in it or any perfume in it. It can get pretty extreme, but it's very small details that make the biggest changes. Okay? Certain habits you may have that overstimulate your nervous system and destroy your ability to focus. And your ability to focus directly correlates with your ability to create, your ability to feel profound, your ability to be, to simply be without chasing anything. If your nervous system is saturated with energy, with stimulation, naturally you will become tamasic. You will become inert, and you will not be able to focus. You will not be able to achieve. So, yeah, consciousness is the key to everything. You can be more conscious about your training style, about your diet, about maintenance of your body, of things which you're consuming mentally, physically, um, visually, the music, the shows. It's all doing something to you. Just go 2 days, 3 days without any music, without any TV, and find like a stick to carve an image into, or find a funny hobby or fun hobby that you can do, like drawing or painting or something. Doesn't even have to be anything specific. It's whatever you're drawn to. And instead of watching TV or listening to music, just do that thing. And boom, you will see that your nervous system is healing. You'll feel like a sense of wholeness. And from that wholeness, you can start to confront the aspects deeper inside of yourself which are damaging you. Certain karmic cycles that exist inside of you which are damaging you, and you can undo them by becoming conscious of them and returning to the self. But yeah, guys, I know it's a bit of a crazy video with no real direction, but I can feel that you'll understand the message if you have some sensitivity. And I'll see you guys soon. Namaste.